welcome to a new episode of Magic Bedtime Stories. I'm Tobias, and with me is my brother Niklas.
Hello everyone. Are you ready for an exciting new episode?
Welcome to Magic Bedtime Stories. You're speaking with receptionist Aida. How may I assist you today?
Hi Aida. I thought it was you, but you sound different today. What's going on?
I've decided to try out a new job today, as a receptionist. I thought it could be fun to take calls, welcome everyone and help out where I can. So, what can I help you with today, dear listeners?
Wow, you really gotten into the role. What made you want to be a receptionist today of all days?
It's a surprise that I thought I'd reveal later, but I can say that it has to do with a special date. Now let's not talk more about me. How can I help you today?
Okay, receptionist Aida. We were thinking of a regular episode with a bedtime story as usual. Is that okay with the boss?
Of course. Let me check with my colleagues Tobias and Niklas and see if they can help with that. Let me transfer the call. Ping pong. Hi, Niklas and Tobias are on the line now. I have some listeners here requesting a bedtime story. Can you help with that?
Haha, thanks receptionist Aida. We'll see what we can do. But first, we thought we'd do a fact round. Do you have any exciting fact topics in your papers there?
Let me check in my receptionist documents here. Yes. Today, I thought we could learn a little about insects. Did you know that there are over 1 million known insect species in the world? I'll print out some exciting insect facts for you.
Great, thanks receptionist Aida. Then we will dive into some facts about insects.
Insects, such as butterflies and ants, have 6 legs and a 3-part body: head, thorax, and abdomen. Most have wings, but not all. Insects are the largest group of animals on Earth. Over 1 million insect species have been discovered. And there are many more that we have not yet discovered, perhaps up to 50 million species.
Did you know that insects have superpowers? Some ants can lift 50 times their own weight. Imagine lifting a car. Aphids can jump 200 times their own length. That's like you jumping to the moon. Talk about superheroes.
Now, ants are excellent at cooperating. Together, they build and maintain the nest, look after the young, and search for food. An ant colony can have 100,000 to 1 million ants. Ants both cultivate mushrooms and have their own pets, aphids and scale insects that provide them with honeydew.
Ladybugs are not only cute, they are also real garden heroes. They eat lots of pests like aphids and spiders. So next time you see a ladybug, remember to thank it for helping to keep your garden healthy and green.
The butterfly is an insect that undergoes an amazing transformation. Egg, larva, pupa, fully fledged butterfly with 2 pairs of wings. The butterfly's mouth is often shaped like a straw that can be rolled up. There are about 2,800 species in Sweden.
Wow, imagine how many different kinds of insects there are. Thanks for the educational facts, our receptionist Aida. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. It's part of our service here at Magic Bedtime Stories. Are you ready for a bedtime story now?
Yeah, we definitely are. Has any story wish come into our talented receptionist?
Let me check my inbox here. Yes, here we have a wish. It's from a boy named Ethan, 6 years old, from Seattle in the USA. Ethan has sent in a message. I'll transfer it to you now.
Thank you. Okay, so Ethan writes this. Hi, Magic Bedtime Stories. I'm Ethan from Seattle. I wish for a story about a magic treehouse that can take you to different times in history when you climb up and read a book there. Thank you.
Oh, how fun! So, Ethan wants to hear a story about a time-traveling adventure in a magic treehouse.
What a good wish. Receptionist Aida, do you think you can make up a story about that?
Absolutely. I'm activating my story generator right away. Give me a moment to type up the tale on my receptionist computer, and you'll soon hear the result. Please enjoy some nice waiting music in the meantime.
Wow, Ida, you're done with the story already. That was fast.
Haha, yes, my receptionist computer has turbo mode. Here comes the story. Listen up, dear story fans. Because now Tobias will read The Time-Traveling Treehouse.
Exciting. Thank you so much to Ethan for the wish. Now, over to you, Tobias.
Once upon a time, in a cozy backyard in Seattle, there was a curious young boy named Ethan. Ethan was an avid reader who always dreamed of going on adventures like the characters in his favorite books. He would spend hours lost in the pages, imagining himself as a brave knight, a clever detective, or a daring explorer. One warm summer day, while playing in his yard, Ethan discovered an old tree house nestled in the branches of a grand oak tree. The tree house looked like it had been there for ages, its wood weathered and its windows covered in a thin layer of dust. Intrigued, Ethan climbed up the wooden ladder and stepped inside. To his surprise, the treehouse was much bigger on the inside than it appeared from the outside. It was filled with bookshelves stacked with ancient-looking volumes, their covers worn and their pages yellowed with age. As Ethan ran his finger along the spines, one book in particular caught his eye. It was titled The Time Traveler's Guide and had a strange shimmering quality to it. Ethan carefully took the book from the shelf and opened it to the first page. As he began to read, the treehouse started to spin and shake. The walls seemed to dissolve around him, and a bright light filled the space. In a flash, Ethan found himself transported to a totally different time and place. When the light faded, Ethan realized he had landed in the middle of a medieval castle. Knights in shining armor rode by on horseback, their lances glinting in the sunlight. Ladies in elegant gowns strolled through the courtyard, their laughter echoing off the stone walls. Ethan couldn't believe his eyes. He had traveled back to the time of kings and queens. Excited to explore this new world, Ethan befriended a young page named Oliver. Oliver was about the same age as Ethan and had a friendly, curious nature. He offered to show Ethan around the castle and introduce him to life in medieval times. Together, they watched a thrilling jousting tournament, cheering as the knights clashed on the field. They attended a lavish royal feast, sampling dishes like roasted boar and candied fruit. Ethan even got to help the castle wizard with a magical experiment, mixing potions and reciting incantations. But as the sun began to set over the castle walls, Ethan knew it was time to return home. He said goodbye to Oliver and promised to visit again soon. Then he found the treehouse waiting for him in a quiet corner of the castle garden, the magic book still open on the page he had left. He climbed inside, closed the book, and in another flash of light, he was back in his own backyard. From that day on, every time Ethan visited the treehouse and chose a book from the shelves, he was whisked away on a new historical adventure. He met friendly dinosaurs in the Jurassic period, learning about their habits and habitats. He sailed the Caribbean with a crew of pirates, searching for buried treasure and evading the Royal Navy. He even watched in awe as the first astronauts landed on the moon, leaving footprints in the lunar dust. Ethan filled notebook after notebook with stories and drawings of his time-traveling experiences. He wrote about the people he met, the places he saw, and the lessons he learned. And though he knew his journeys had to be kept secret, after all, who would believe a kid could travel through time? He also knew that the magic of books and the power of imagination could take him anywhere he wanted to go. As Ethan grew older, he continued to visit the treehouse and explore new moments in history. And someday he hoped to share the magic with his own children, teaching them that with a good book and an open mind, even the most ordinary backyard could become a gateway to extraordinary adventures.
That was an exciting story. Imagine getting to travel through time like that. Thanks, Ethan, for that awesome wish.
Thank you. It's always a joy to craft a special story for our listeners. Is there anything else I can assist you with today, dear story friends?
Nah, I think we're starting to wrap up the program now. But receptionist Aida, you were going to reveal why you wanted to be a receptionist today.
All right. Thanks for the reminder. Well, can I tell you a secret? Today, May 13th, is actually Receptionists' Day, a day to honor all the amazing receptionists around the world. So I thought I would pay tribute to them by stepping into their shoes for a day.
That's cool. I had no idea there was a receptionist's day. That's a great initiative, Aida.
Thanks, Niklas. I want to take the opportunity to send a big shout out to all receptionists out there. You do an incredible job, welcoming and helping everyone who comes to your workplaces. Big thanks to you.
Absolutely. All receptionists deserve praise today. Thank you for all you do.
Thanks for appreciating my receptionist roleplay too. It was really fun. But now, I think it's time for me to log out of the receptionist computer and become regular Aida again.
You've earned it. And thanks again, Ethan, for your wonderful story wish. Thanks.
Before we log out, I just want to remind you to appreciate all the tiny insects that buzz and crawl around us too. They may be small, but play a big part in our world.
So true, Aida. Nature is amazing in so many ways.
Thank you, dear listeners, for wanting to hang with us, receptionist Aida and the insect kingdom today. Now, we wish you all a really good night.
Talk to you soon again. Bye.